Alright guys, so here's a video sample from the TCL 10 Pro. This is what the front camera looks like right here in this particular setting. No LEDs or anything, just my overhead light. Alright guys, so here's the front camera on the TCL 10L. Quick sample. Again, same situation here. Alright, now here's the rear camera on the TCL 10 Pro. Same situation. Alright guys, so here's the rear camera on the 10L. Again, same lighting. What do you think about it? All right, guys, what's going on? It's your man Jay, and TCL has shot their shot. These are two phones that they're offering, and I've been using them for a little bit of time now, and so comparing the two was only a matter of time. So they both kind of run neck and neck, man. They both have pretty decent cameras, especially on the front. They both have 6 gigs of RAM. This one, on the other hand, has 64 gigs of internal storage, but they both have an SD card slot, and this one has 128 gigs of storage. But all in all, these are both two. These are just two good phones. I don't think that you'll be disappointed with either one, but I think they made this device for a reason. And let me change this wallpaper to match. They made this particular device for a reason. And I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory way towards this one, because this one has the much better screen. I mean, if you could see these in person, you probably can't tell too well over video, but gosh, man, the screen on the 10 Pro is incredible. And the crazy part is the 10L has a fantastic display. So that says something about TCL when it comes to their displays. They know how to make a fantastic display. That is no doubt. This screen rivals some of my best Samsung phones. So, and obviously it comes in a lot less in money and cost for you, but ultimately both of these have fantastic screens. This one is a little bit bigger. The TCL 10L is 6.53 inches and the Pro is 6.47. But that's not too much in difference, but it does, you can tell the difference when you're holding them because the body of the Pro is obviously narrower and it's a smaller device. Now, they both have a headphone jack on the top, and IR blaster for the Pro, and they both have the NXT Vision, again, for when you're watching content. Now, I don't need to go too deep into about, the content, how the displays look in this particular video, but I did, as you saw the intro to the video, if I didn't put it at the intro, I'm sure I did though for the cameras. Yeah, that is a huge difference in quality with these two devices, the way they're producing the footage. One of them is close and one of them is a little off. So, when looking at them through the viewfinders, I actually preferred the front camera on the 10L. And remember, this phone is probably going to retail for around $250 and this one for around $450. I'm sure they'll have some promotions or something like that, but what things are important to you for your devices? Batteries should be at the top of your list, and screens should be at the top of your list. And, performance, you definitely want it to be able to perform well. So when you're looking at me scroll through these menus, you're probably thinking, wow, this Pro version really scrolls through the menus fast. It is a fast phone, but they both have 6 gigs of RAM. So an advantage, obviously, that the Pro model has, it has a better design, in my opinion, than the 10L model. This gradient color right here, this is absolutely beautiful, folks. I mean, this is just a beautiful looking device. You got the flat cameras and you got the 2 LEDs right there that poke up just a little bit to give it some texture on the back. And some of you guys are saying that they put it that way to keep the cameras off the table if you lay it down like this. But some of you guys are saying that these two are raised because of the camera when you lay it down like this. And I don't know if you got that off the website. Great. I didn't do much research on it, but I can tell you that the design of this one, I like it a heck of a lot better than the design of this 10L. Now the 10L has a good design. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the design of the 10L. It's just that if choosing between the two, which one do you like? And the reason I like the 10 Pro design a little better, and you're probably saying, Jay, these are designed exactly the same. You're right. They both have the 4 cameras with the dual LEDs. However, this camera system is raised. It is raised up off of the device, and you can clearly see that it's raised up. And so if you sit it on the table, it doesn't rock at all, so to speak, but because it's sitting as like a wedge, see, it's not rocking, but just the overall, the shimmer on this is beautiful. This design is beautiful, but I just prefer this. I like the gradient look because it's a flat, matte look. And then you got the flush camera system there, comparing the two. So, other than that, man, I mean, you really can't. You're not going to get, and they both have pretty fast facial recognition. As you can see, I'm behind the camera. They both fire up pretty fast. This has a fingerprint reader on here on the back, and this one has a fingerprint reader in the screen. It's not really finicky. The only time it gives me trouble is when I'm filming. Seriously. The only time this fingerprint reader, in-screen fingerprint reader, seems to give me some issues is when I'm trying to film, and I'm telling you it's good, and then it's not performing like it normally does, off camera. I don't know. Nonetheless, though, you get a much more beautiful display on the Pro model because it's an AMOLED display, and it's HDR10 certified. I watch Netflix on here. I watch movies in HDR10. It is absolutely fantastic. However, you can, in fact, watch HDR content on this device. It's just not going to show in full HDR. You won't get the full effect of the HDR because it's not certified for HDR, and it's also an LCD display. But nonetheless, the colors, when I have them side by side, over video, it probably looks like they're almost equally matched. But in person, folks, I can tell you. Also, there's a screen protector on this 10L, and there's not one on the 10 Pro. So I don't know how much that plays a part, but it definitely, in person, they both look fantastic as I look at them. They both perform very well. Battery life is almost equally matched on here. And, I was talking to somebody in another video in the comment section. He said, turn off digital well-being, and, that'll help with battery life. Well, that definitely is true. That should help with battery life because it's just resources running to track your every move. So that will help. But, battery life on both of these is pretty doggone good. 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time on both. But I think the 10L has a little bit longer standby time from the testing and stuff that I'm doing. So overall, man, this doesn't so much always come down to this one costing less and it's the better value. It's more along the lines of, what do you want? Do you want an AMOLED display? Do you want a little curved display? Do you want a flat display that's not HDR10? TCL did it right. For those that don't know about TCL, they're a company that's known for their TVs. I actually have purchased one of the TVs for my bedroom. I have that super thin one, like the bezel-less one. It's beautiful. So I say to the people that might be saying, hey, when do these devices come out? When can I buy it? When can I buy it? I think they launched sometime in May, towards the middle of May or before the end of the month. These should be out. But I can tell you that with both of these phones, you should be impressed with either one. I favor the Pro model solely because the display is so beautiful in person. It's a little bit smaller. I like the design. The cameras, like I said, they're both kind of, in this situation where I just did that quick video test, both of the cameras didn't do as well as they could do or have done in the past when I shot in different areas. But nonetheless, both are good. And you'll be pleased probably with either one because most people won't buy both and put them side by side and try to do a comparison. So with that said, I think TCL is doing it right with these devices. They're heading in the right direction. Could some things be different? Of course. There's always going to be some changes that might be needed, but if you're worried about the software, don't worry about the software. The software is pretty fast to me. It's pretty stock looking to me. There was only bloatware on here was Facebook from what I can tell, and I was able to uninstall that. So after that, folks, I'm happy with both of these. So I can't wait to kind of give some final thoughts in the next month or so of owning these, or 2 months or so down the line. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but with these being so close to stock, I think, by June sometime, after using them for a while, I should have some feel of the battery life, how I like the cameras, how the cameras perform. Both of them take fantastic still shots. I mean, still shots off the charts, man. Both of them do really, really good. So A quick update on these two devices, and shout out to TCL for sponsoring by basically sending these devices to me at no cost. They don't watch these videos before I post them. I don't know if they watch at all, but if they do, hopefully they're taking some notes on things that could be improved, or just kind of getting a grasp of what customers might think the pricing should be. I said in another video, I think possibly this device I would peak out at $399, and then the 10L I think it's good at $250. I think you're getting a lot of bang for $250. But if you're a person who likes quote unquote flagships or high end devices, the only thing this phone, according to the tech world, if this had a different processor, we'd be having a different conversation. Like if this had a Snapdragon 785 or 65 or a Snapdragon 855 or something like that, or we'd be having a different conversation. All the people that are saying it's trash because of the processor, you'd be singing a different story if this had a different processor. So a processor doesn't always warrant a higher price tag or a lower price tag. You got to use the phones. And these phones, for most of the people, almost everybody who's saying bad things about this phone, I noticed they don't have the phone. They're just looking at specs. Now that I think about it, yeah, at the recording of this video, no consumer that purchased this phone has this phone yet. They don't have it. So the only thing I can tell you is buy it, and then you'll be able to determine, because what you're looking at here is just our opinion, and ultimately the only thing that you can see that you might not like is the cameras. Other than that, you have no hands-on time with the phone, so how can you come to a conclusion that the phone is trash just because it has a Snapdragon 675 and a 665? Think about that. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. A follow-up on both of these beautiful devices, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.